Hey guys, happy Wally Wednesday. It's Alex Shakola from Wollaston Real Estate Investments, and I thought I'd bring it back to the whiteboard this week and share with you guys a real live case study of how we just closed on our 15-unit apartment complex project in Brockton, Massachusetts, and how we're planning to keep it for free. Yep, so that's the goal. Buy a property, end up keeping a 15-unit apartment rental with none of our own money involved. So let me share with you how we're planning on doing that. So we just purchased this shell with mostly approved plans for approximately $550,000, a pretty good deal. It's an existing 2-story building. We're gonna be putting an addition on the back, and we're gonna be going up a 3rd floor to achieve our 15 units. Now, Harrison has worked really hard to build a construction budget of approximately $1.9 million. So this is actually going to be our biggest renovation project to date. However, it's small enough that we can actually use all of the existing subcontractors that we've been working to build relationships with over approximately the last 4 years. So those costs come in to be approximately $2.45 million between your purchase and your build. Now we've got to account for interest. All right, now I did some math outside of this video, but what you need to know is on that loan, we're gonna have $306,000 worth of interest. That's money that the people that lend us money are actually gonna make on their $2.45 million investment. So that total for all hard costs and interest earned is approximately $2.756 million. Now, if you remember a couple weeks ago, I did a video on the power of the cap rate. If you didn't watch that, go back, check it out. But this project is actually going to see a valuation of a 6 cap, which is very important for this next part. All right, so now that we know how much it's going to cost to build this project, let's dive into the nuts and bolts and the financials of this project so we can figure out how we're going to pay back this $2.75 million that it costs on this project. All right, so let's start with what is this property going to generate in terms of revenue? How much money is it gonna make? All right, so we're gonna have 3 1-bedroom units, we're gonna have 6 2-bedroom units, and we're gonna have 6 3-bedroom units. The 1-beds will rent for $1,350, 2-beds will rent for $1,650, and the 3-beds will rent for $2,100. These are all market rents that are already happening in the city of Brockton. There's probably only going to be upside in approximately 15 to 18 months, and these are also units that Section 8 would cover. So we're very safe, very confident in these valuations for income. So I've budgeted, we're going to have laundry on site, coin-operated laundry. I've budgeted approximately $215 a month. That might be a little low, but that should generate just under $2,600 a month in additional annual revenue for us for this building. All right, so we've got our expenses, right? So I'm thinking for a brand new building where all the tenants are paying all of their own utilities except for water, we should be able to hover around 28 to 30% annually for operating expenses. So I've got everything from accounting, auto, insurance, taxes, legal, pest control, the occasional repairs, property taxes, you get it, there it is. All right, I worked pretty hard with the city to make sure that these numbers would come in to as close to this projection as possible. So now let's get into the real nuts and bolts here. Cash flow analysis. And I love this tool because not only does it paint a really clear picture for me, the developer, I use this to raise capital because look at it, it's detailed, it's awesome. Reach out to me if you want the link and I'll share where you can get this. All right, so 1, potential rental income. We're looking at $318,000. That's from the 15 apartments, plus $2,600 a month. That's from the laundry. Now, a perfect world, I'm never gonna get all the money. They're never gonna pay me on the first. It is what it is. I'm gonna have some actual vacancy. So I budgeted in, I got about $16,000, giving me an effective gross income of just over $305,000, all right? Now I've got my operating expenses, that 28%, that's $87,000, leaves me with a net operating income of just under $218,000. Now if you remember in my cap rate video, When it comes to getting a valuation, you never include debt service. It's always NOI, not including debt service. Buildings of this stature, this size, this quality in Brockton, they're trading at a 6 cap. That's the type of valuation they're getting. So at $218,000 a year with a 6 cap valuation, this building should be worth just over $3.63 million. This $550,000 shell can transform, and in approximately 18 to 24 months can be worth $3.63 million. Now, I worked very closely with a friend, a commercial loan officer named David. I said, look, here's my numbers. I feel very confident I can make this happen. He said, look, if you can get me 3 to 6 months of legitimate numbers trailing it, you can prove to me this property performs this way, and we've got the properties selling at 6 caps in Brockton, which we do, then I can get you a loan for 80% of the new value on the property. So 80% of $3.63 million is about $2.9 million. Now, if you remember, we've got $2.756 million in actual costs and interest to build this property. Now, we're gonna have closing costs, we're gonna have attorney fees. I went ahead and I just bumped it up an extra $44,000, and the metrics you're seeing on this are at $2.8 million. So I'm gonna have an extra, not only am I gonna have the money to pay off everybody, pay the attorneys, pay everybody who did their job, I'm gonna have an extra $100,000 that we can then invest in some other project at the absolute cheapest interest rate you can possibly get in commercial real estate. This is how real estate investors and developers continue to grow their income, and they continue to grow their portfolio because they identify opportunities like this. They place people's private capital, they drive the value through the roof, they refinance, and they pay everybody back. These guys, the investors, they're making phenomenal returns that are secured by legitimate pieces of real estate, and then we're just getting safe investments that perform month after month after month. The debt service on $2.8 million is $160,000, leaving me left over with just under $58,000 a year. That's $58,000 a year, and I don't have any of my own money, and this is about as safe as you can possibly get because it's brand new, it's high quality. These are rents that Section 8 could pay, so this money could be almost all but guaranteed. This is an awesome project. So now you see how we evaluated this project. We have to build it, we have to lease it, so we're off to the races. We're hoping to commence construction January 1st. We're working on revising some of the plans and getting that permit submitted. But tune in. We're gonna document the crap out of this property. We hope you like it. Thanks for tuning in. This is Alex from Wollaston Real Estate Investments. Happy Wally Wednesday. Please like, comment, subscribe. Reach out to us if you got any questions. Thanks for tuning in.